Hey there. Up in the van. And can you believe that they are literally still working on my damn street? They're back out there today, putting the second coat of asphalt down, and they're actually moving pretty quickly on that, so good deal. Anyways, hey, what's going on? Haven't drove this thing in forever, and it's certainly running like that as well. So we're gonna go to a storage unit this morning. I've got a new storage unit in my area, and we are going to unload everything in the back of the van. That's right, we've got a lot of stuff in the back of this van, and none of it do we need in here anymore because we're unemployed. We've got no job, we've got no work, we've got no painting business anymore. We are out of the game. Unfortunately, it's not what I wanted, but it's what it is. And now what? Got a whole ass van that I make payments on that I can't get rid of because it's wrecked and it's trashed. What are we gonna do with this? What's it gonna look like in the back of this thing? Wait till you see this goofy ass storage unit that I got. And what the hell are we gonna do on Joe Does Stuff now? A lot of questions. Let's get over to the storage unit and start trying to figure out some answers to those. What are we gonna do with this thing? It was the perfect painting van, even though she had some flaws. Look at all the paint coming off of it. I'm convinced that this thing was, it almost looks like it was wrecked again. Doesn't look good. Does not look good at all. Look at that. Look how close that is right there. Something happened. Anyway, so hey, check out our storage facility, our new storage locker here. So they told me that I had 3 doors on my unit, and I didn't understand what that meant. But I got these 3 little doors on my freaking unit. And I got this thing last week. I haven't been here since. We got a light in here? Oh, we got 3 lights in here. All right. Okay. Yeah. How about you now? So here's our little unit. Not much to it at all. Definitely just going to use this to unload the van and a few other things like at my house on my porch. But the van is about to be freaking atrocious, sadly enough. And, well, in the end, when it's all said and done, this is what a failed painter and painting business looks like. Damn. Good gosh almighty. I mean, really, though. Yeah, man, hey. That's it. That looks crazy, don't it? All right, let's go ahead and start unloading this thing. Tons of freaking drops. What do you do with all this stuff? Do you try to sell it? So what are we going to do with the van? That's a interesting question to think about. I was thinking, what if we turned it into a stealth sleeper, a stealth camper van? That would be dope. I don't even know if these spray machines even work, and to be honest, they probably freaking don't. Check this out. I just noticed this. So my top guy had my miter saw because he was supposed to be changing the blade on it, which he never did. And look at the condition of this. Look at all the rust. Look at the rust. He said he had it in his shed somewhere. I think that thing was left out in the rain for quite some time. Just absolutely destroyed my thing, or my stuff. So I don't even know if that still works or if that's even worth keeping right there. Can't wait to see what other kind of surprises we see in here. Starting to get there, but my God, is it just a lot of trash. You know, I tried to keep this van cleaned like every week. On Sundays, I would always clean the van out, but you know, probably for the last 3 months, I had let my top guy hold on to the van, and clearly, you know, what the hell. So let me share with you one of my most interesting finds so far, and it be bing bong, this guy here. Not sure what we got going on here. Doesn't look like there's any burn marks on it. No, it won't really focus. There we go. But anytime you find you a nice little metal spoon, come on, focus. There you go. Anytime you find a metal spoon, usually it's not hard to imagine what that was being used for, but I don't want to make any assumptions. Like I said, I don't see any residue on it. Look at all these screws. Look at this. I mean, what the hell is this? What is this? What the heck? No idea. Nice little metal pipe, I know that. There's some more of it too right there, but again, damn. Such a mess up in here, and just sad, man. Sad to see that by the time it's all said and done, this is how my business ended up looking. And nobody's fault but my own. Oh boy. This thing right here, look at this. Look at this bin, how busted it is. Oh, this will be a fun lift. Should take it out the back, right? It's probably gonna break apart. Trying to push it any further. This sucker's heavy. All right, well, it looks a little bit better than when we started, right? Got a bag of trash. All this plastic needs to go, and I mean plenty of more shit needs to be thrown away, but I'm not gonna be able to do that until I can get to a dumping location, and I ain't gonna be able to do that today. Show you guys inside the storage unit real quick. At some point, I'll have to figure out what to do with this. Not a whole lot of stuff in here right now, but you know, at least getting the van cleaned out. Show you real quick also what I just noticed. Check out my tire. Look at this. What the heck happened here? How did you split the tire like that? That ain't good. Gonna need to get that tire replaced. Yeah, you hit something decent with that tire. Yeah, you did. God only knows, man. Was that spoon a sign of the times? And you know, whatever. I looked at all the other tires, everything looks fine, but I will say this, it definitely looks like something else happened here, because this is just beat the shit a hell of a lot more than how it was when it originally got wrecked. Who knows, man? Maybe I fixed the van up. You know, let's get a freaking wrap on it. After prison show, Joe does stuff. Let's get, turn it, well, we can't do that. We got to turn it into a sleeper van. That's my idea right this second is, you know, what if we turned it into a sleeper van? Little stealth camping action. Go into the projects. Try to camp out there and wake up in the middle of the night to a sawzall going off underneath of the van. Yo, that would make for some content. Anyways, let me get up out of here, and there's one final thing that I'm going to share with you. Pretty crazy story that I found out about. Possibly what happened with those last apartments that we were painting. And it's pretty screwed up. Great. This thing ain't working. So I came home with the game plan to do one final thing, and that was to put a vent back up in my bedroom that has been left down since when I had my last guy, who I referred to as my top guy, still working with me. You know, one of the last straws to that whole situation was, one, I couldn't afford to keep him. I had him at my house just doing busy work, and you know, I had him doing some drywall work in my bedroom. A lot of drywall repair work, a lot of stress cracks on plaster, and anyways, it just took too freaking long. And my God, we spent a week on one ceiling just to put it into perspective, and still it's not even done. Never even got to painting it, and never even got to finishing it. And again, we were working on that for a freaking week. Look at that. Performance painting. There's a painter right there, speak of the devil. But when that vent got taken down, it was jerry-rigged up there to start, and then trying to get it back up, it's going to take some work to get that done. So I was going to go do that and then share the little story that I wanted to share with you guys, but I forgot that this morning my AC downstairs wasn't working, and I'm hoping that it's just this thermostat that's burnt out. So I'm gonna go get a new thermostat. I've tried to take out the fuses, whatever those things are called, outside by the heat pumps. I think that's what those are referred to. Forgive me, I'm not the greatest when it comes to HVAC. So anytime that there's problems with HVAC, really don't know what I'm doing, but this thing hasn't been working correctly for the longest time. I've tried to switch out the batteries, that didn't work, and hopefully just replacing this will get the AC working again, but you never know. So let me go ahead and share with you guys this story about the last set of apartments that we were painting and how they brought in Rent Ready, who was taking our place, and you know, we couldn't compete with Rent Ready and all of that, and went out there. You know, one of the last things that we did was go to those properties and beg, basically, for them to keep us in mind if Rent Ready didn't work out. Well, it would be brought to my attention somewhat after the fact, after all of that somebody who doesn't care for me emailed one of the higher ups at that property and probably told them, oh, I have no idea what they told them. And the only reason I know this is because they went and posted about it on Reddit. So what I saw was a screenshot of an email response from this higher up at that property, who I've actually dealt with. I've had to talk with this guy on 2 separate occasions in reference to payments that were late, way late. And he was a nice enough guy. But anyways, they had posted a screenshot of the email response that they got from him and titled that, "When will Joe ever learn?" And the response said from him, "Thank you, we'll address this internally." And I can't even imagine what they said to this guy. Like, you know, it is what it is at this point. This is not the first time that something like that has happened. It's, you know, it's happened before, unfortunately. And it is unfortunate, you know, because granted, I mean, what could you have really told him? I'm a convicted felon painting these apartments. In the past, they had told people that I'm a convicted felon working other convicted felons, and that's who's on your job sites. But, you know, I've long since had my rights restored. I just got an opportunity to vote for the very first time in my entire life because I just got my rights restored within the last 4 years. And, you know, you want to email this guy and do so because you want to screw things up for me, as if they weren't already screwed. I don't know exactly when that email was sent, whether that was before the Rent Ready came into the picture or during that process. Regardless, you know, it sucks. Never did anything to, you know, disrespect the property, never put property names out there. You know, so I wasn't worried about anything that I was doing filming videos. And, you know, filming videos nowadays isn't as taboo as it once was because everybody does it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody is making TikToks from their freaking job site. But it does suck to know that in the process, or maybe even before the process, of us losing the last set of properties that we had because this Rent Ready company came into the picture, you know, at the same exact time, somebody was trying to sabotage me all the while. How nice. Anyways, let me get this thermostat. That's pretty much where we're going to wrap this up at. And once I do, we'll put the thermostat in and see if that fixes my AC. And if it doesn't, well then, what other problems do I got? Leaving from Lowe's. $99 for this dumbass thermostat. And of course, they didn't have the one that I needed, so I had to get the one that's Wi-Fi compatible. I just wanted a cheapo, but the only cheapos that they had were really small. And you know, my hope with this, of course, is that I don't have to rewire this damn thermostat, because if that's the case, Joe don't know shit about that. I ain't no HVAC mechanic, I promise you that. It was depressing being in there, I'm not gonna lie, being in there with a bunch of people who are probably out there running their own businesses, possibly being successful. It's Friday, maybe even getting paid from completing a job. Man, I miss it. I really do. Who knows? Maybe after I hook up this thermostat, I'll go start me an HVAC company. Do one task and feel like a pro. But that's usually how it goes with most people and things. I didn't want to get this thermostat. Again, this is the same size as the one that I have, so hopefully I can just plug and play with this and not have to rewire. If I have to rewire this, I'm gonna be annoyed that I spent $99 on this thermostat when they had other ones in there for $29 and $59. But again, they were smaller and it looked like I would have to rewire them. Not exactly sure. Anyways, I just hope that this fixes my issue with my HVAC, because if it doesn't, I'm taking this thing back. And I promise you, actually I don't want to promise because I don't know, but because this thing is Wi-Fi, what if you have to subscribe to use the Wi-Fi compatibility of this? It hooks up to Alexa's, so that's pretty cool. See if I'm an HVAC technician real quick. I fixed it. Holy shit. Hey man. All right. So check this out right here. Hey, I'm proud of this. I'm telling you, man, I'm worth about 75 bucks an hour. That's what I feel like. All right. Share with you where we're at right now. So here's that thermostat that I bought, the smart thermostat, and you know, here she is. Getting ready to take this sucker back to the store because they sold me one. Look at that, you see that? They sold me one where somebody had switched off the back plate. This ain't the same back plate that comes with it. You can see the paint right there. See how dirty it is? Probably can't really see that, but this ain't it. Okay, somebody swapped this off, put it back in the box, and returned it, and my dumbass bought it for $99. So the wrong back plate was on here. I was hoping it was gonna match up with the back plate that I had, but it didn't. Okay, ooh, I can already feel that cold air coming in. 74 freaking degrees in here. I set the thermostat down to 70. And when I put the new thermostat on, it kicked on, but the screen wouldn't come on. So I didn't know what it was on. Couldn't tell. Look, it's already dropped 1 degree. And needless to say, the fan on here was on auto. I had it coming on where cool was blinking. So I just put the fan to on and it's working. So I don't know what the hell I did, but I got that bitch on and it's gonna cool off in here. That particular thermostat right there is $69 on Amazon. I'm gonna order a new one so that I have it, and I'm gonna take that damn thing back because Lowe's will let you return a brick in a box. They don't be checking nothing. So got the nice cool air. Oh yeah, that's nice and cool. Good deal, fixed it. All right, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Hey, hope this was something you guys enjoyed. If it was, leave a like and a comment letting me know. And I look forward to sharing more with you guys real soon. Until then, take care.